Welcome back to another Rick Shiels podcast. Today we have a pretty awesome episode 141, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Right. You're nailing it so far. Keep going.
I'm doing great. All right. Today we have Grant and Garrett from Good, and we're just going to sit and chat for a little bit.
You've got the job.
You know what?
You've got the job?
Yeah, that was great, but let's do it again.
I'm joking.
No, that was perfect. Great intro, guys. If you obviously just heard from Garrett himself, we've got two members of the Good family in today. Mm-hmm. We've had a busy week filming.
We sure have. I think like 16 videos between the two channels.
That's crazy. Honestly, I genuinely believe when this content starts to drop, fans are going to go nuts.
Oh, it was crazy. I mean,
and how about the fan meetup?
Oh, that was
We'll come on
that's
to that.
another story. That was incredible. Yeah, well, what a week. Was it Tuesday we met up?
Yeah, you arrived here in the UK on the hottest day the UK has ever had.
And it went downhill after that.
Yeah. I actually, you guys were not prepared for it, huh? I heard there was like no AC and stuff like that.
the airport was pretty hot. It was steamy.
Runways were melting, train tracks were melting, people were dying. So it was a crazy day.
So Max, one of the videographers from Good, he's like slightly scared of flying and gets a little anxious. And right when we were about to take off to Manchester from London, they were saying how like the reason we were delayed is because the runways were melting and like it was unsafe to fly. And I could just see Max just like panicking. He's like, "What's going on?"
And
of course, when we took off, it was the roughest flight we've ever had. It was just going up and down all around. It was crazy.
Which is it's mad because you wouldn't think such a short flight. Obviously, you've come from Dallas, right, to Heathrow, and then Heathrow to Manchester. But that was the most crazy flight.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
But it's not where the story ends. So I come and meet you 11 p.m. on Tuesday evening, and you're all a bit tired. I've come with snacks. You didn't hear this part. I came with all British snacks.
What all did you bring?
Every British snack I could buy from WH Smith's that was open, and loads of water. And out of the security gates, 10 fairly fed up looking Americans walked around the corner. They were like, "Hi Rick, you all right?" I was like, "Hi guys, you're yeah."
Were you all excited at this point? You had loads of energy.
I had a little sign. I had like my little good sign going, "Hi, come play golf all week." And I figured out they don't have any of the golf clubs. All the golf clubs didn't come off the plane. They don't have any of the camera gear. Luckily, you had almost every luggage. There was only Max, the cameraman, who didn't have his actual luggage. Right. He had to go and buy all his clothes from Tesco this week.
That was fun.
And I was like, great start to the week. And then we got a minibus for the guys, and they were starving. They were like so hungry. I was like, and Americans, let's go to McDonald's.
Obviously.
As we get to I drove on my own. Garrett texted me after about half an hour saying, "Hey Rick, how far are you away?" I was like, "I'm 40 minutes." He goes, "We're an hour and a half." We set off in the same place.
Oh my word!
We were driving the wrong direction.
Yeah,
our bus driver got a little lost. I'm so happy
you caught that because like out of nowhere, Garrett was like, "I don't feel like we're going the right direction," and we just turned the van around.
And they weren't driving; they had a driver.
Well, what happened was
how did it go wrong?
I don't know. He said there was like a road closed and whatnot, and I think he just kind of started driving and was hoping for the best. But I was looking at his GPS. He had it up on the right, and I saw our ETA was going up. Like I was like, I feel like it should go down if anything, maybe whatever. But it was like we're still an hour and a half. There's no way. I thought we were an hour and a half to begin with, and I like put it in my GPS, and sure enough, we were like going north. And I was like, we got to be going the other direction.
But what the funniest part is, though, is when you tried to tell the driver like that he was going the wrong way. He didn't
believe me.
No, he almost was like offended. Like he was like, "This can't be real." Like, it was like an argument between you two. You're like, "No, I think you need to actually like turn around."
Finally, I convinced him. I said, "Just follow my phone. We'll get there." And we made it. I mean, I think it was like 26 hours, 27 hours of travel that day. Well, over a day travel.
And they were so hungry. So we stopped up for services. I got there ahead of them. And I said, "Do you want McDonald's, guys?" And they were like, "Yeah." And they were
what did you order? Talk me through the order.
I'll tell you the order.
Okay, but
I'll tell you
the McDonald's here is different.
How so? Smaller?
It's okay. First off, we got to talk like America. There's ingredients that Americans can eat that people in the UK can't eat. Like there's certain they're banned from America.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so the McDonald's here is so much healthier. You could tell.
Wow,
really?
Well, even the chicken sandwich was like a high quality chicken sandwich. You're gonna get a McChicken,
It was amazing. That chicken sandwich was great.
So this was a text I got at 11:50 p.m. at this
Okay.
point, right? The McDonald's was closing at midnight, right? So I went into McDonald's. I text the guys, and this is the order I got back.
Go on, hit me.
But by the way, there's 10 of them, right? 5 cheeseburgers,
Yeah.
3 bacon quarter pounder with cheeses, which we actually don't have. We don't have the bacon ones over here, I don't believe. 40 nuggets, 8 McChickens, and 9 large fries.
Nice.
Yeah.
But
We were
strangely
hungry.
enough, all waters.
Yeah, that's healthy then.
Yeah. That
So-
makes it healthy.
So I go to this McDonald's on one side of the motorway, and it's shutting, literally shutting, because of maintenance work. And they went, the McDonald's on the other side of the motorway is still open, right?
Over the bridge.
Over the bridge. So I ran over the bridge, and it's hot.
Was it a full-on
Hottest
Shiels
day-
sprint?
Hottest day of the year, right? So I go up, and behind the counter, there's 2 members of staff. I'm thinking, oh my God, they're going to absolutely hate me. After my order, it was £99.73p
Wow.
in McDonald's. And the 2 women that were sat there were like looking at me like, are you actually serious?
You're about to clock off and
It's
you're there, the
midnight.
biggest order of the day.
So they ring up the guys from the other McDonald's. They all
Reinforcements, quick!
They
No
all
way.
come running across.
Actually, I didn't
and they're
know
all
that.
honestly, I've never seen them work so fast in my life. I know these guys are fast approaching. The first time ever, I actually left a cash tip at McDonald's because they worked that fast.
That's
and then all of
awesome.
a sudden, you guys turned up and you said I just walked out of the trees.
Yeah, we were like, where did Rick
Well, we were
just
trying to
come
get
from?
a hold of Rick. I remember you were trying to like text him.
I didn't know where the other McDonald's was. All I saw was like a highway, and then all of a sudden, Rick just comes walking out of the trees with the food. I'm like,
Yeah, he
this is
literally you
amazing.
came out of the bushes, literally, and just had McDonald's.
This
We
is
were
a
like, what
miracle.
going on?
And I said,
Ronald McDonald.
I said to the guys, I said, I've got your food. It was on the other side of the motorway, and they were like, "You've crossed the motorway." I'm like, "No, on a bridge. I'm not just dodged cars."
I do anything for you guys.
So obviously that was a rough start to the trip. And actually we jumped in the cars, and I said to Garrett, "Come with me. We'll get there faster with Garrett and Kendrick." We were about 10 minutes off. The sat nav said 25 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
We drove 5 minutes down the road. Suddenly a road was closed. The time went up an hour. It was
Yeah.
like great.
What?
It was horrible
It was
traffic.
awful.
We didn't get there till about 2 a.m. on the first morning.
Well,
welcome to the
Yeah.
UK.
But the good news is, for everyone listening and watching, we have spent the last 5 days or so making an absolute collection of banger videos for
yeah.
Rick's channel, for Good Goods channel. So they will be coming very, very soon.
Let me just a quick one. I've just realised we've not really done a formal introduction to the channel because there'll be listeners out there that won't know who Good are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. Right now, I'll try and explain. You can elaborate.
Yeah.
You are currently, and I'm excited about this. I really am. Currently, the fastest growing golf YouTube channel.
Is that true?
In the
I don't-
world.
I don't
Well,
think you say-
I normally am, and you're beating me. So,
It's a fact.
as that case, yeah, you're the
no, I
fastest
feel
growing.
like you guys are still growing like so fast.
The last-
you
Yeah.
guys hit, it feels like you had 1 million
But
yesterday.
Right now,
you're
right this
over
month,
2.
we were looking at some analytics this month. You are just about pipping us, and,
So you-
and I'm so excited for it.
So you have analytics that just shows monthlies
Last,
for all the
do you
channels.
want the stats? Do you want the stats?
no,
You can go to
I spoke
Social
with
Blade,
Colin.
you
we
can-
spoke. We
Yeah.
shared information this
Right.
week.
Last 30 days, we've gained 50,000. They've gained 57.
So that's
Wow.
that's it. You've got us.
Black and white.
That's crazy.
Um,
That's crazy.
6. You know what? And I'm going to say it after this week. 6 incredibly talented characters and golfers. Like the 6 of
Appreciate
you
it.
Appreciate
are
that.
ridiculous.
Thank you.
Like the energy that you bring, the chemistry that you have on screen. You're all very, very different characters. Like super different. Obviously, someone like Matt, who's
Right.
quite out there and a bit crazy. If you've not seen Matt Scharf before, he's had a hole in one on the par 4 on camera and a hole in one on the par 3 on camera. Some of the most epic scenes in the world. Go and check those videos out. You've got Bubby, who just seems to love life,
Yeah.
Yeah.
doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Give him a
Absolutely.
cigar. Give him a
Give him a
golf
cigar.
course. He is just loving life. He was great fun this week. You've got Stephen, who's like you're one of your best friends growing up. Am I right, Garrett?
Yeah. Known him my whole life.
That's
and
great.
then
You were-
Mike is my cousin. So, I mean, most of these guys I've known for a long time. So Steve, whole life. Micah, cousin. Matt, I think's now coming up on like 10 years. Colin, 3. Max, since it started good, over 2 years or whatever. Grant, 3 as well, 3-4 years. You know, same as Colin. Luis, I've known for a long period of time as well.
So he's one of the camera
Bubby,
guys.
same thing,
Yeah.
like 3 years. So yeah, I mean, we've just been friends that happened to work out and all love playing golf. So
you can tell there's a friendship though when you guys are on camera and off camera, and that was a big thing for me from watching you guys for a long time. You actually are kind of off camera like you are on camera, which is really good. And we had the fan meetup, which we'll come on to in a bit.
There's just a lot more that's cut out on camera.
There's a lot. You should need to get like a late night version of Good, X-rated.
You need good, uncut.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know if we do need that.
Actually,
you're just looking like
be cancelled.
No.
Actually, you might get cancelled if that's the case.
Get canceled.
Yeah.
So you've obviously got the 6 guys on screen. You 2 being obviously the 2 of the 6. You've got Kendrick, who's just off screen here with us. He's kind of CEO of Good.
Yep.
You've got Max, Colin, Louise as the camera and editors. It's a real team, and it's a very professional team.
I've never heard us called professional.
No, it has been. I think the knowledge.
It's a dysfunctional professional team.
You know one thing I noticed?
It's organized chaos.
Yeah. Organized chaos. That's
Do you know what I noticed? Like, there's been a couple of nights where Garrett has been fancying a few drinks and letting his hair down, and kind of been the instigator. But he's also been the guy I thought that he's also instigating getting filming again. So he can kind of work hard and party hard. I think at your age, that must be so important because it must be easy. What are you, 22?
Yeah, 22.
It must be easy to get tempted to go out a lot and do stuff.
Yeah,
but you seem to want to work
Dallas,
as well.
I don't really go out that often. So, like, we're in Manchester. So we went out one night. It was a good night. You know, we had some fun. It was awesome.
We might have drank some tequilas.
Yeah, maybe.
We might have drank some Guinnesses. Rumor has it.
Rumor has it. I may or may not have done the Guinness challenge and maybe have gotten it.
Oh, you did? You
Did
did.
he?
He got between the half and the Guinness.
Yeah,
he did
I
it.
did.
Of course he does. It's pretty Garrett Clark.
He does everything,
Do you know what I
doesn't
mean? He's annoyingly good at everything.
Right.
But no, it's been a phenomenal week, and genuinely right now, we spoke about it loads. I've been so excited about this week because I really respect and love what you do from a channel.
Thank you.
Like, I'll look at it from obviously someone who's done YouTube, the old granddad over here that's been doing YouTube for 10 years. And I look at you guys and go, this is great. This is refreshing. This is exciting. Like, and I think a collaboration between the 2 channels that we've had this week is genuinely going to blow up the internet. We know that. But it's the fact that being able to work and almost like communicate together this last week.
Yeah.
Like, our editors have been talking to your editors. We've learned a bit more cameras. We've talked a bit more about analytics. I have this saying, like, rising tides rise together.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's what's kind of happened this week. I feel like we've really kind of formed a professional relationship this week, as well as hopefully a friendship where we can learn from each other and bounce ideas off each other.
Oh, yeah.
And this is going to be the
Absolutely.
first of many collaborations that we do in the future, which is really exciting as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's just Colin and Max are just like, that's just how big of a part they are, because the film production by them is just, it almost feels like when we watch it back or when I watch it back, it's almost like a movie. And it's like we're just playing golf, like we're just doing our thing.
And same thing with you
turn it
guys.
into
Like,
that.
I didn't expect you guys to have that big of a crew out there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, what do you guys have now? 4 camera guys?
We have 4 camera guys. So yeah, we know we shoot. We've tried to up our game.
Yeah.
You guys are setting the mark to some degree. We'll often look at your videos in the studio that we have here, and we're like, God, these guys are doing that. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see if we can improve
and
on
us
this.
to you guys as well. Like, we look at, you know, the Rick Shiels videos. You know, we could be doing this better. We could be doing that better. It's the
noticed-
same thing. I think you can learn.
Yeah, I noticed like Rick's are a lot more organized. Rick kind of has like a plan going into it. Rick's like, all right, we're gonna do this. You're gonna stand here. We're gonna do this. And
Which I
Good's more.
respect, yeah.
I mean, and then Good's just like, all right, we're rolling, and it's just like, it's like way more like.
And I think it's good though, because we can, like I said, we can learn from both, you know, and find some sort of like happy medium.
But that's
there.
what's good, that you can learn and you can look at different approaches, but yet your channel will work because you are a bit all over the place
exactly.
and it's fun and it's different.
So, like today when we were filming, we filmed one shot on the first screen. I think it was like Max at an angle from behind the cup. He filmed a putt. And like after we got off the green, I noticed that we had some really good reactions to that putt, and it wasn't on camera. And I also noticed when we filmed with you guys, it was like, all right, we need to make sure we have a reaction cam. You know, someone's recording at least every person that's sitting on the green, whatever. So like Max was like, hey, we need to do that. Like, we need to get a reaction cam. So like even that, just real time, I feel like I was learning from what you guys were doing.
Right.
And I think that's a good way to up the content as well.
100%. Right now, you guys are on 788,000 subscribers.
It's crazy.
It's been a very, very fast growth. It's been an exciting growth. You are, and whether it's going to be popular with some other of our YouTube counterparts, you are going to be the next channel that hits 1 million subscribers without even a question about it. The way you're flying at the moment, you've only released 265 videos.
That's crazy, actually.
So the growth is astronomical. I think that's partly due to the fact that you are all great characters, but you also have your own channels as well. Like you all make your own content. You all have your own separate channels that all feeds this kind of good beast.
Right.
And you've not only turned it into a channel, it is a brand, a big brand. Like I know Kendrick's behind the scenes here who deals a lot of that. The Good Good Apparel line is killing it.
Oh yeah.
We went to the meetup last night, and you're not shipping it over here to UK yet, are you?
No,
Anyway.
well, I mean it's just insanely expensive.
Yeah, I
'cause
felt bad. I mean, that was a huge question last night too by a lot of the fans.
We're figuring it out. We're figuring out a way to get it done in the UK. It's obviously pretty hard, but that's our next big step.
But what I'm saying is still loads of fans in the meetup was wearing good apparel last night.
Shocked me. Because I was like asking guys like, how'd you get your hands on the apparel? You know, blah blah blah. Because whatever, it could be 200 pounds just to get it over here for them. But like one guy said he went to the States, went to Florida, and had it shipped to his hotel and stuff like that. Wow. And so that's where I feel like a lot of them ended up getting it whenever they came to the States or
we got to figure out a way because like it's just crazy the UK show out. I mean, we never expected that.
Should we talk about the meetup now?
We should talk about the meetup now.
Yeah, I think we should.
Well, we talked about doing it ahead of time, and originally, where were we going to do it?
So originally we were going to do it at one of my favourite places, and I know guys the same at the driving range at Trafford Golf Centre. And we spoke to Trafford Golf Centre, and obviously there's somewhat limitations there because it's indoors, and they were going to be really good to us, let us have the full wing of the driving range, but they had to limit it to 100 people. Okay, and I must admit, at first I thought 100 people, yeah, that might be about right. I don't think we'll be disappointing too many people.
We were wrong.
Very, very.
And I feel like the shocking part is usually, I mean, we always promote these in our videos, like in the good videos, and the fact that we only really talked about it on our stories, and the fact that all these people showed up is just crazy.
I would say, you might disagree,
it's unreal.
I think 500 people came.
Maybe.
Because
I don't know exactly.
We started thinking last night, and I had a look. On the video version of the podcast, we'll put some images up now. We won't put any spoilers because we've got a video, Quinn, but we'll put some images on. There was literally the full green and the big greens at Marriott were wrapped around 360. 3 or 4 people deep, people down the fairway. I would say conservatively 500 people.
I think there could have been, yeah.
So we decided 2 days before we actually did the meetup because the whole week changed dynamics massively. We were originally going to do 2 days at JCB, 2 days in Manchester, and head actually up to Scotland. When you guys got to JCB, you were like, "Can we not just stay here all week?" And we were like,
"We loved it there."
Shout out to JCB.
Yeah,
seriously, absolutely beautiful.
We were just like, "Yeah, let's stay here all week," because the golf course was closed. They were prepping for the JCB Championship, which happened in this week, which I'm really excited about. I'm playing with John Daly on Thursday, which can be really cool. And the guys just unbelievably looked after us. We stayed in the lodges. It's the golf course in immaculate condition. So the guy said, "Can we stay here?" I was like, "Yeah."
I loved it.
Let's stay here. And we did. So we stayed there from Tuesday till Saturday. Saturday afternoon, we drove up to Manchester. Garrett instigated a big night out in Manchester. Sunday, we went filming a little bit more, but it was
Did
really
you need
bad
a lot of
weather.
persuading, by the way, to go out on Saturday?
Did I need
Yeah.
it? No, did I needed no persuading.
I feel
was
like
out.
you were the one persuading.
I booked every bit of
very
it. I
low-key.
knew exactly what we were doing.
Was this work, by the way?
All on the work account.
No,
yeah.
but you told your wife this was work, yeah? Or did she know?
I told her I'm actually just going checking the footage. No, she knew. But I must admit, I darted off a bit early. I wish I could have stomached it for a little bit longer, but I was absolutely goosed. Sunday afternoon, we then did the meetup. Sunday evening, it was horrendous weather. The meetup started at 8 p.m. Okay, there was fans arriving from as early as 4 p.m.
Even earlier.
There was
Even
fans arriving and travelling 4 hours plus from places like Southampton, Newcastle, Scotland. It was absolutely crazy. Genuinely, right now, I think of all the things I've done in YouTube, and I've done some really, really cool things. I'm very blessed for that. Last night at the meetup was one of the coolest things I've ever done.
Oh yeah,
absolutely agree.
Like, it was
100%.
absolutely
we say that
amazing.
after every single fan meetup. I mean, that's where you get the full experience of like who is watching you, and you get to connect with them. And I think that's the coolest part about it, is that the people behind the screen that are watching you, that are commenting, that are supporting you, they're the ones that you get to meet in person, interact with them, meet them for the first time, and you get to leave an impression.
It's also crazy. It's like 100,000 views online. It honestly doesn't even feel compared to like 500 in person. When you see it in person, even though it's 500 people, it feels like a million.
Well, you guys are now starting, similar to us, getting upwards of 500,000 views a video, pretty much. Imagine that many people.
Yeah.
It wouldn't.
You can't imagine it.
It wouldn't even hold it. Because
Yeah.
like you say, let's say we did say it was 500 people there last night. It is really hard to say. It was somewhere definitely between 400 and 500. That felt unbelievably busy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Unbelievably busy. Like
Totally.
they were right next to us. We played golf. We played 4 holes until it quite literally went dark. A video on Good Goods will be coming out soon. Like you say, when you can see people's reactions, when you can see the whites in their eyes and the excitement that they're seeing, you guys coming over here, like, I think that was a massive, massive pull. Obviously, you've not collectively been here to the UK before. Like, you've never been out the country, Grant.
No, I haven't.
Never been
Really?
Only the Bahamas.
That doesn't really count, though.
That doesn't really feel
like
it.
you guys have come over here, and the reception you got, and being able to see not only young kids being a massive fan, which I'd probably expect, but there was like guys who were like middle-aged men in the 50s coming up and getting pictures with you all, walking around the golf course, the atmosphere. I would be interested to know, and you've done a few of these meetups. One of the latest ones you did in Chicago.
Yeah.
How are the UK fans compared to what you've done in America so far?
So, I guess the way to compare it is like we did one in Kansas City, which is my hometown, and the fans there were honestly basically the same, in my opinion, to the UK, as far as like chill, very, very polite, not like in your face. But then when we went to Chicago, it was like madness. It was crazy.
Yeah.
In the best of ways too.
It's a
Positive.
great.
It was great.
It's just,
Loved Chicago. Unreal. But yeah, like I would just say like everyone here was very polite, very chill.
That's what I got to say. Like the difference between here and America, like super, super polite here. Super like organized. They like everyone's very like together.
And I'm not saying that
That's
the
not a
people in
bad-
Chicago
right.
were not polite at all. It's just like it's really hard to compare them, but they're a lot more chill, I feel like.
We've said this before, haven't we? When we've done videos like challenge videos where people can win cash off Rick in England, we did one at Trafford Golf Centre where people could, if they hit like a long drive, whatever, they get money. And they were really grateful, but quite like muted and thank you. Whereas you watch that on American YouTube and it feels like there's so much more like excitement and
It's
fist
energy.
bumps
It's
and
a
energy.
different
It's
type of
different.
energy.
It is the energy, yeah. They
Chicago's
go
got-
crazy for anything.
Yeah, Chicago's got a higher amount, like just more of an intense energy.
Yeah.
And I just feel like here, maybe they're more into the golf, like really into the game more, and like want to just really watch it.
And in America, maybe more the entertainment. Like when Bubby made that putt, he made a Texas wedge putt 30 yards where it went crazy. Everyone was going nuts. They tackled him. He couldn't even make it up to the green. He was trying. He sprinted right at the green. Got tripped, tackled, loved it. It was unreal. But like, just think about the putt you made on hole 1, and how crazy it was. That feeling, that high, the adrenaline rush
I
is
won't give any
crazy.
teasers away, but I hold a putt on the first hole with all these people watching, and I was, you know what was strange about it? I was nervous, but it was more, it was excitement.
Yeah.
Like I felt like everyone was there wanting us to do well.
Right.
Like no one was there wanting us to hit bad shots, and it was
Right.
like a supportive crowd. And I hold this birdie putt, and I cannot wait to watch the footage because hopefully it really captivates the actual atmosphere.
Oh yeah.
Because the feeling through my body at that point was like better than anything I've ever done. And what was mad for the 4 holes after, you want that back again.
Yeah, you want it.
You want that cheer.
Yes.
You want that excitement. You want that
You live
crowd
for
to go
that.
crazy.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and it makes you like understand to very, very small level. But you can understand. Imagine going on a charge on a Sunday afternoon in the major.
Oh my
Or
gosh.
or
The
holding
feeling.
a putt in a massive Ryder Cup, and like the atmosphere
The rush
for
you
these
get.
players must be
Insane.
just. So we kind of got a glimpse of that, and like I say, a very small glimpse, but it can't quantify much more than what that was yesterday.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. I also felt like the crowd, as much as they sometimes got a bit close, they were a bit more. When we asked them to move, they would move.
Yeah.
Where again, from what I saw in Chicago, or other
Chicago.
places, they're like they didn't move; they got closer.
They got
to you.
closer, literally. You say move, they're like, all right, no, we're getting close. They didn't care.
But I think definitely more fan meetups. I'd love to do more, but I think doing again together. We've already had a discussion about me coming over to America, our team coming over to America.
That'd be awesome.
I've not been on a plane for 3 years, and I think coming over to the States would be pretty epic and doing something over there. But yeah, we've done loads and loads of content. I featured in a good major, which was very tense.
Very tense, a lot more serious. You could probably tell based off of our other challenges or other videos versus that, the energy even.
Oh
like it's
my
not
goodness.
we're not as going crazy. We're not,
18
laughing and
holes. Like
joking.
that's the thing. Like 18 holes, it's like a marathon.
What
So,
is
it's a
this?
little
Is
bit
it what number major was this that we played in? Just gone.
This is 4 total, I believe.
But for this year.
2 this year, or
Yeah,
3
for this
total. Yeah,
year.
2 this year.
So if you've
That's
not
second
seen
this
one of
year.
the good majors before, it's quite simply serious stroke play.
Yeah.
Very.
It really is. Like
very.
like the guys were practicing, they were grinding before going playing. Like even around breakfast on that Saturday morning, we played at a JCB. It was different.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they weren't talking.
Well, I've got a question.
They weren't drinking whiskey at 9 o'clock in the morning. On that.
like every other day.
I'm joking.
I've got a question for you. So we don't give any spoilers because there's obviously on our channel that you played each of the Good members in a 9-hole match play.
Which is going to be so
They will
good.
drop every week, probably on like a Wednesday, I think. You also took the guys as a good opening video onto the 17th, the par 3, downhill, water around the green. And that was kind of a little challenge, that intro video. And then we've also got an illegal golf club battle.
good played with the illegal golf clubs that I've collected over the years.
So from the guys, I would say there's 3 of you who are like elite golfers. You two and Micah are all like scratch handicappers. The other guys were a lot better than I thought they would be. Like literally a lot better. So athletic, fast, hit a long way. But my question for you, Rick, are the guys better than you thought they would be?
Without even a question.
Yeah.
Like a lot better. And I'm almost somewhat envious of the fact that the 6 of you can compete and practice and play, because that brings better golfers out of you. Like,
Absolutely.
I think I've got better through the week.
Oh, you did.
You did.
100%.
Oh my gosh.
Like-
You've been playing really, I don't want to spoil anything,
Yeah.
but you started playing some really good golf towards the
Yeah.
end.
I feel
I
like
agree.
you need to. Like, it
Yeah.
brings the best out in you.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
you have to hit good shots. Like, it's not about a question of, I'm just going to make the numbers up here. It took a while, and I kind of wish I'd come into the week a little bit hotter, but I don't give any spoils away. But it was like, as the weeks got on, as I'm playing with you, as the quality of the golf is better, the quality is so good. I'm like, I need to up my freaking game here, and hopefully I did. And like toward the last match we've just had out there, that 4v4, which very randomly, one of the biggest football stars in the world from Man United, Scott McTominay, joined us because he's a huge fan of your channel and a fan of my channel as well. He came and joined us. That was epic. I think that might be my favorite video of the week.
Yeah. Oh, that was unreal. And also one of the nicest guys I met, like within whatever, he's celebrity, pro athlete, one of the nicest guys.
definitely.
Really genuine guy,
He turned up at the meetup. He gave us all Man United and Scotland shirts signed, personally signed.
Yeah, with
He
a
didn't
note.
He didn't give Guy one because he listens to the podcast and know Guy's a Liverpool fan.
That was quite cool.
I like that.
Yeah, I did.
Gave us all a nice little personalised note. Spent the day with the meetup. Hit some putts at the meetup for your team.
Yeah.
Also, he joined us today for a challenge. And for the video we shot in the end, the elite, he was just in the background just loving life.
Yeah.
Just watching as a fan.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was kind of surreal even seeing that. I still don't understand it,
Nicest guy. Like, he just treats you just like the most normal person. Like, he treats everybody in the room.
The same way, yeah.
Everybody in the room the exact same way.
Very respectful guy, yeah.
What's been your highlight from your trip in the UK?
I would say definitely the meetup for me.
Yeah, that, and I also, the meetup for sure, but just experiencing JCB all those days just completely to ourselves. Like,
That
I thought Rick was the one that shut that thing down. I thought that was Rick's power.
I did.
You did.
It wasn't supposed to be. I just said, shut this place down.
Yeah.
Me
He
and
said
Good-
no one else can
There's not a
play
tournament
this
coming
week.
or
Me and
anything.
Good come in, give us the keys, and leave us
We
be.
own the place this week.
Okay, then.
No, highlight was
Away,
going out in
away.
Manchester,
I was going to
sorry.
say away from the golf. Okay, a different question then. What's been, and because you've tasted a lot of different foods over here this week. Name me your favorite type of food that you've never had before.
Did you both have pasties today? Did you have a pasty, Grant?
That might have been. Yeah, I did.
I had the
meat
flapjack
too.
today.
I
I've never
think
had
I
a
know-
flapjack.
I think I know what it's going to be, and I can't believe you've both not said it straight away.
Why can I not?
You're
think
saying
of
you're
it?
getting the sausage roll.
The sausage roll. Oh yes, unreal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
10 out
the
of 10.
best.
I liked it. I
Unreal.
give it like an 8. I didn't. I
Eight,
wasn't
wow.
crazy. I liked it, but
What?
Was
yeah.
the pasty better for you?
See, this is the thing that Rick and I we argued about. Like, I'm a big sushi guy. Like, I love
I'm not.
sushi.
What does that have to do with sausage?
No,
They're
I'm just saying,
completely
like,
different.
that's my type of food.
I think I described it
It's
as
more
like,
sophisticated
I want a
palate.
food I can just go like I want a sausage roll I can like get my
America
teeth into.
is
Where
perfect food
sushi's
for
like
you.
well, sushi. What's this crap?
See this?
Yeah, sausage roll was a big hit. You don't have them in America at all.
No.
No, never had a sausage roll.
When I do like these sausage roll reviews, break 75s,
Everyone's like, what the hell?
the American audience must be like, what the hell?
Wait, so it's like more than just at JCB. They have those everywhere?
yeah.
Almost.
So it's like a
every-
hot dog.
Every
In
halfway
pastry.
house,
Well, yeah, kind of.
every halfway house pretty much has a
So
sausage
it's like a
roll.
hot dog for us.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's the
it
same
seems like.
exact
Do you
thing.
guys have hot dogs, hot
yeah.
dog buns?
Oh, what's
Yeah.
that?
Is that a common thing though, or
No.
would it would be
No,
more
no,
common
no.
to have a
Smaller when you
sausage
go
roll?
bowling or something like that. They'd have like hot dogs or like a fun
Gotcha.
fair or whatever.
Yeah, we don't. Cinema, you'd get hot dogs, but out on the golf course, definitely not. So you'd get halfway house. Most places have hot dogs.
That's
yeah.
pretty much the main thing.
Every single place.
Oh,
hot
wow.
dogs.
I'm trying to think what else you would have. It's mainly just hot dogs, and then like Chicago is famous for having the best hot dogs. It's the Chicago dog, which I absolutely loved when I went. It was delicious, but yeah, I'm not a big hot dog guy.
What's been so far in your good journey? And it can be either from your separate channels, because you both kill it. Because how many subs have you got on your separate channel, Garrett?
I think 680, something like that. I'm not really sure.
You don't have to act cool. You can tell.
No,
most
I
people-
really don't know the
you have to
number.
act, Garrett, don't act cool. Just you can just.
I think it's around 680 or something. You can get the exact number.
You know, I like how you did that.
What is it?
Because it's less than what it actually is.
I think it's 700 odd, isn't it?
no, it's 690.
Oh, that's-
Oh,
Do you
is
know
it
what I mean?
really? I
Yeah.
actually didn't know that.
You've had a
It's only
busy.
700k then.
You've had a busy week. And then what's yours on Grant?
I like 170 something,
Don't
173.
give me all this.
173. It's
I
I,
really-
seriously
I don't
try
know.
and stay out of the numbers.
Yeah.
For me.
177.
Yeah.
What's
That's
yours,
really good.
Rick?
I feel a bit bad. Grant, I've not subscribed.
Do you know what your number is exactly, Rick?
Whoa.
Uh,
Big fan.
2 point.
2.262.
Do you know what that exact?
I don't know.
The number.
I'm just making it up.
All right.
Let me look.
gonna look.
Rick Shiels.
Do you guys obsess over numbers and views though? Like,
Not anymore.
if you,
2.27.
but do you ever have that feeling where you release a video that you think is good, you've put a lot of effort into it, and it doesn't bang, and you feel disheartened, or
I was telling Guy that I think I was telling you this. It's like for me, if I upload a video and it does really, really good,
Yeah.
I try and like not get excited about it or happy. I don't even try and talk about it, anything like that, because I know if I have one that's really bad,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna really worry about it as much, you know.
Just
I
stay
try
neutral.
Just try and
Yeah.
stay neutral in the middle. You know, that's just kind of how I.
And I think, well, when you ask that question, I think there's a pull between like you want to look at your analytics, you want to really study thumbnails and titles and everything, but you also don't want to get obsessed with it.
yeah.
Because if you let it like obviously dictate your emotions and stuff, it's gonna
because
it's
it's done
not gonna
that.
be good.
It has definitely
Yeah.
done that for me.
I think we need to learn from this.
Yeah.
we take things very, very
We text each
personal.
other all night. It's 1 out of 10. It's 1 out of 10.
Yeah, you're out there
What?
jumping
We
up
need to
and
change
down.
the thumbnail. We need to change the thumbnail. It's not performing. What I was going to ask you on the follow-up question was, what's been your favourite video you've ever made? And it might be separate. It might be a good video. It might be a video you've made together. Is there a standout video you're like, that's my favourite?
You want to go first because I don't really know. I'm trying to think.
I would probably say for me it would probably be under the GM. It would have to be probably under GM because we've done so many really cool collabs, but it would take me a second to think.
There's one on your personal channel, your vlog.
I mean,
channel.
I'll say the Good Major was probably the most fun, the most fun
The
I've
one
had.
previous.
The one we just filmed.
Oh no, one that's already out.
Okay.
Stop kissing the mic,
So-
Garrett.
Sorry, could you hear it?
You might get a lot of people excited
Oh,
because we went
How's it going?
to a place on Saturday night. That
oh right.
We're not gonna bring that. Whoa.
Right.
So
No, for me it would be okay. So it'd be Matt's hole in one.
describe that
But
because that was a mad moment.
yeah, so Matt's hole in one is the whole day. Obviously, just like so we got up to the par 4, drivable par 4, whatever, 285 yards, blind shot. And normally on blind shots, we don't really have people go up to the green, at least at that point in time, because we've never really gotten close to a hole in one or had a reason to do it. But it was just funny. Like we saw a snake on the ground. People were freaking out. We're like, okay, whatever, and then Max's dad was there watching us because he was the one who got us on the course. And he was like, I've seen a hole in one here before, so I think we should go up to the green just in case, Max goes up, Luis goes up. Obviously Micah hits the pin, Bubby hits it on the green, and I'm just like, what if we actually make a hole in one here?
I don't even think you said along the lines of like, I think we're gonna make like.
Well, I said, what if we made I said, boys, what if we made a hole in one? And I was just kind of like, whatever. And Matt got up there, makes a hole in one. I didn't believe it. I was just like, what the heck? What's going on? Yeah. We just started sprinting. The whole series of events, we say, like, if we didn't see that snake, you might not have made a hole in one. You never know.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And then for me, though, it was more like the afterwards when Colin and Max were editing it, I was able to have input, see the intro, and like we all knew. We were just like, as soon as this goes live, it's going to break the internet. So I think it was that just the whole thing. We were just like, this is amazing. We can't believe it,
And you sat on that content for a little while as well, didn't you? While it got edited.
That one was a little bit. The one that took forever to upload was the par 3 hole in one.
Yeah, the second one.
Yeah, we ran into some issues with the media rights at the PGA Tour, so we had to take about a month or so.
Oh,
we
that
finally
must be
got
so hard.
That was really hard because
to be fair though, it's there.
Yeah.
As long as all the footage is there, it's going to come out at some point. You'd like to think.
Well,
all right.
We weren't
You
sure.
hoped.
No, I think we were allowed like 20 minutes or 20 whatever it was inside the ropes footage, and we were able to crop it down, get something good out of it, and upload the video.
Yeah,
that's mad.
But yeah, I think back to Matt's hole in one. I mean, the sequence of events, craziest thing ever. Bubby hitting the green, Micah hitting the pin, and Matt making it. I don't think
insane,
that sequence, I don't think could ever be repeated.
It was like perfect the way it went, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't think that could ever be repeated.
And the run up, what you might find it frustrating. I find it ridiculously frustrating when people are like saying it's false and it's fake, and you're like, are you for real? First off, you cannot fake that reaction.
Yeah, no.
Like you can't. The reaction from all of you, the way it was filmed, you've got it from every angle. Like,
and Matt talks about it all the time. So
it almost seemed more fake that we had it from every angle.
That's the one thing. If somebody saw it as a standalone clip, they might think, well, why are these young lads?
I saw that comment once.
Why are these young lads got all these videos?
Yeah.
But they don't realize you're actually making a big,
every time you
They
play
didn't know exactly what we did. Like on Instagram, I saw that comment a couple times. But for the most part, I feel like everyone realized it was real. For the most part.
Oh, definitely, 100%. I mean, it was the motions, the way you were running down.
It almost like after like Matt made a second hole in one, and then Garrett makes his albatross. At some points, like Garrett and I look at each other and we're like, this doesn't feel real. Like it feels almost fake to us.
You've had a lot of hole outs on the channel. Loads.
Yeah.
But
it's great. And Bubby and I, we forgot this, but Bubby and I made back-to-back hole outs. Bubby made a hole out over the trees.
From how far?
Yards,
Like
85
what,
yards.
85.
Next hole, I hold out, direct dunk, 123 yards. How does that happen?
Yeah.
It still doesn't make sense.
So both balls were in the actual cup at once?
No, two different holes.
Two different holes.
Oh,
back
two
to back
different holes.
Yeah, back-to-back holes. Crazy.
But in fairness, like I saw something today that I didn't think I'd ever see. So, and it doesn't sound spectacular, but this would maybe justify why you get these special moments. There was 8 of us out on the golf course playing today. 17th hole, the drivable par 4. 5 of us hit the green to a really decent point.
Yeah.
And you think, well, actually, if you keep giving those odds, you keep giving those opportunities, you keep having those, like you are really good, talented players. And you're capturing everything, you're filming loads together. it's probably likely you're going to get some hole outs at some point.
Yeah.
You know,
Everything's on camera. Everyone's trying super hard because we're super competitive. So
well, that's it. Like, it sounds daft again today when we're on that par 4. Like, normally me hitting the green on that par 4 is a great achievement. I'm walking down the hole thinking, yeah, I've killed this.
yeah,
I was probably the third closest to the pin,
yeah.
and I'd hit the green.
Bobby almost made it too.
That's
That
what I
was
mean.
crazy.
So it just shows you have to keep upping your level. Like even that shot into 18 that I hit today, I knew I had to get it unbelievably close because, you know, the standard is that.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the standard. So you have to keep putting it closer and closer and closer and
It
closer.
is like Grant said. It's because we're so competitive. You see someone do something crazy, you're like, all right, now
You gotta
I gotta
outdo
do
them.
something.
Like if there wasn't that competitive feel and people didn't care, nobody would stand up there and perform. Like you'd just be getting up there like a normal round of golf. But we are trying. Like it's a grind. We're all trying to beat each other so bad, and like
Some
twigs
more
and
than
stuff.
others, Bubby and Micah,
Yeah, but like I mean
They're
we're
the most competitive.
for sure. Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't get that vibe from Bubby.
Yeah.
Oh, is he super competitive?
Yeah.
Very competitive in a good way. I mean, they're
He
just
doesn't show it.
Yeah,
Not
Bubby's
that I saw.
Bubby's probably the most, I would say.
Bubby
No.
and Micah. I would say
I
those
thought
two are
Micah
just,
definitely.
but they
Yeah.
just.
But
go
it's
at
good.
It.
Like Bubby wants to win at whatever he does. Like he's just very, very, very competitive.
And same with Micah. And I feel like everyone knows that too. We've talked about it on our podcast and whatnot. You can kind of tell through the screen as well. And so, yeah, which is good.
And I would
We
say
love it.
Steve's the lead. Like Steve's just kind of.
Yeah.
He's just so
Steve's
chilled.
he's there to have fun.
But he can rip it.
He hits
Absolutely.
some-
All of
He
you do. It's
hits
mad.
some unbelievable shots this week.
Yeah, he did.
Honestly, really did.
Yeah, I thought you three, you two, and Mike, and you were going to be good. Obviously, and you were. I think those three surprised me the most at how much better they were. Because they said, "Oh yeah, I'm like a 15 handicap, whatever." I can.
Never been a 15.
They're like absolute. They're so strong through the ball. It's insane.
Yeah, they're off like 5. aren't
They
really?
probably are.
I would say so.
Yeah,
They
but
probably
the
are.
thing is, you get 18 holes. Like if you're gonna really judge somebody on their
True.
handicap, you get them on 18 holes, and they have to focus. Like Steve is amazing. Like he can do some
First
crazy
9.
stuff. Super talented, but I don't think Steve cares enough to like keep his head in it for 18 holes.
He's a
Like,
front 9 player.
We
for
Yeah.
sure.
were chatting to. I think he's in the best position in good
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could agree with that. Yeah.
because nobody expects him to play great.
yeah.
Really, really. If he hits a bad shot, it's okay. Steve.
It's
No,
just Steve.
I think Bubby's in the same. He
those
views
two.
it the same exact way
It's
like
like,
you just said.
and then when Steve or Bubby does hit a great shot, it's like they've overperformed. They've
Right.
over delivered.
Bubby's improved like crazy too, and he played some great golf. this
I
week.
honestly, genuinely believe if I spent a month with you guys playing all the time, my game would be in the best shape of ever. Because
Yeah.
you just have to. As I mentioned a minute ago, you have to.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question. Did either of you have kind of ambitions and goals to make it on tour? Did you ever get to a point where you want to try and push it? Do you ever still want to push it, or is now you one track mind towards kind of social media and building a brand?
You can go first.
Yeah. That's a funny. Yeah, that's an interesting question because we've got it a good bit. I mean, I played so many tournaments growing up. I played literally every week. I played 4 years in college, but I would say when I was probably 17, 16 years old, I almost like knew in my mind I wanted to do it, but I just was not quite good enough. And even at that age, I was like, and then I went into college. Like I played some solid years in college.
Your last year was insane, right?
Yeah.
What did you almost win conference or whatever?
Yeah, I was like leading my conference tournament, and I think I set the lowest like scoring average at my school at the time. I think it's been passed now.
What was it, like 70 or 71?
It was like 73.1.
73.
Yeah.
That's really good.
But even then, it's like I was such a realist. Like I'm a consistent. Like I know I can play consistent golf. I can shoot in the 60s. I can play well, but I was always true to myself, and I was like, I'm not going out there gonna go shoot 65, 65, 69 like these guys do on the Korn Ferry Tour. I don't ever do that, so I don't really have that like glimmer of hope because it's just you got to be so different.
Yeah, it's
And
good answer.
Yeah,
You almost realised straight away that you weren't. You had it. You were good,
I was good,
but you weren't quite good enough.
not quite good enough. And
I
I was at
I don't
17.
think that's a bad thing to do because then you can shift direction.
Right.
You can move into something you actually are more passionate about that you can
Right.
do. And I think sometimes in golf, and we were chatting about it with Scott this week with football, I think golf's the only sport that nobody's going to tell you you're not good enough
Oh yeah.
apart from yourself. if you've got the money, you can continue to play professional golf as much as you want.
Oh, 100%.
Where in football, as Scott McTominay was saying today, if you're not good enough, you don't get signed.
Yeah, you don't get signed. You don't get picked for the team. You're on the bench.
You get dropped.
Yeah.
Right.
You know. And what about you, Garrett?
So, kind of same answer for me. When I got into it, I was obsessed with it. So, first round of golf, hated golf. I actually told my friends who convinced me to go play golf. I was like, I don't think it's a sport. You know, I was like, it doesn't take talent. I was actually a soccer player at the time, played football. They convinced me to go play golf, par 3 course, made a hole-in-one, first round of golf ever.
Oh my god!
You didn't.
I did.
Of course you did.
I did.
Of course you did. You Garrett golf.
Been lucky
Luckiest
ever
golfer.
since. I guess.
Yeah, luckiest golfer in the entire
lucky ever
world.
since. But
I'll
honestly,
stand by it.
you know, if it wasn't for that ball going in the hole, I would have never played golf again. I was hating it. I was
So the
playing
odds of you playing golf was 12,500 to 1.
I literally, and I mean, maybe I would have picked it up a couple times, but I was hating it because I was playing so bad. I was chunking everything. 6th hole, me and my neighbor, Joe Russell, tie that hole, and he's like, let's do a playoff hole. Let's go back to the tee. I was like, sure. Grabbed a 7-iron, 85 yards, knocked in the hole. Everyone's going crazy. I didn't even know what it meant. I was just like,
how old were you then?
I was 13, about to turn 14. So at the time, when that went in, I was like, oh, I'm good at this sport. I can do this. I like this. You know, that rush.
And now you call it a sport.
And as soon as that went in,
now
it's a
you need
sport.
talent.
Now
Yeah.
it's a sport.
But exactly, as soon as it went in, I was like, okay. And as soon as I was playing, I realized how hard it was. So after that, I was like, I just want to go pro. I want to do anything and everything to get good at this sport. I played every single day. I quit soccer, 6 hours a day, whatever. And as I got through junior golf, I realized it wasn't as good as I obviously thought I was. Went to college, didn't play NCAA golf because I was ineligible at the time because of social media. The rules have changed now with the NIL deals, which is great. But at the time, I was ineligible because I was making money through social media.
Is that right?
Yeah. So NCAA golf was off the table. I then went to a community college, and I played for 2 years. I played for a year, dropped out of college to do YouTube. And as soon as I dropped out of college to do YouTube, I was like, YouTube is the goal. YouTube golf's my goal. I'm going to do this. It's not to say that I won't give it a try in the future. Give it 4 or 5 years down the road when,
I think you could. I don't think I can.
I
think
beg
you
to
could.
differ. I think you could.
I think
we
you got
both could.
you got the more natural raw talent.
He's got the look.
No, he's got the more natural raw talent. He does. I can.
Do you honestly think you might pursue it in the future?
I could. I'm not going to say that guarantee. I would say 4 or 5 years, I might give it a go. It's impossible right now. For what we do, I can say it right now. It is impossible to make it on tour. If Micah goes and does it, I will be the most impressed person. It's so hard because we're traveling, we're filming content, and you got to find time to still practice every single day. Those guys they're not joking around. They're practicing 4 to 6, 7, 8 hours a day, even sometimes, to get where they're at. And for us, we can't do that right now.
They're not going on the phone, checking TikTok, Instagram.
Exactly.
They're just not, are they? These guys who are making it, they are not obsessed with the phone.
No.
That we spoke with, we had Sir Nick Faldo on the podcast, and we asked about advice about budding tour pros. He said, get rid of this. Get rid of your phone.
Garrett and I have talked about that. We have talked
It's
about
toxic as a
we've
tour
talked
pro.
about just guys trying to make it on tour, and we're like, you should not be on there posting your
Not at all.
swing and interacting and hearing comments and don't keep away from
distraction.
social
Have
media.
someone do it for you because, like I say, it's so distracting. You can still make a brand from it, but you don't have to be posting everything yourself or being obsessed with
And
it.
even if it's for me, I've thought if I was on tour, tournament week rolls around, phone's off.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at social media at all. I don't want to hear anyone's
But not every guy's
opinions.
like that.
Not everyone's like that. And some people make it work. You got guys like Max Homa, who is insanely good with his social media and Twitter, is also a great tour pro, multiple wins on tour. Very impressive that he can do that. You got guys in both
I suppose the only
areas.
guy that's done it, and we had his brother on recently, is Wesley Bryant.
Yeah.
Has kind of
True.
done it to a degree, but
He even turned off the YouTube though to go on PJ Tour, didn't he?
I feel like he more featured in YouTube videos. It wasn't him
Yeah.
doing the YouTube videos, really.
George kind of took that.
Yeah.
exactly.
Took the reins on that, yeah.
But it is a funny back to us starting. We both started kind of late.
Yeah, because
Like,
he started when he was 13 as well,
I
right?
was 13. My dad was a pro, and I didn't like golf either.
Did you like almost like rebel from your dad?
Oh,
You
100%.
hear that a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
People whose dads are pros, they don't want to play.
Yeah, because golf was like, it's in your face
Yeah.
growing up, and I thought it was the most boring thing ever. And like Garrett says he started at 13. I started probably at 13 and a half, 14 almost. And it's crazy because
Same
like
thing.
at that time though, when I started, I remember my dad always saying like, your friends have already been playing for 5 years. They're already shooting great scores, and I'm way behind. Like it was always playing catch up.
That's
It was always
exactly
playing
what
catch up.
was told to me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at 30, you look around now, and I know in the States it's much more competitive at a very, very young age.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
4,
Isn't it?
5, and
Like, what's that Netflix show, Short Game?
short game.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that just highlights.
Oh, and I know all those juniors.
It's
I
crazy,
played
isn't
with
it?
both
Really?
of them. Yeah, the Pano and Kornikova. They used to play on the same tour. I didn't like play with them, but I know
Yeah.
exactly who they are. Yeah.
But it shows, like, we don't have that over here in the
No,
UK
it's
at all. Not
we
even
have like
close.
Really?
junior. We have like obviously golf clubs have junior sections, but it's often a lot more like relaxed, isn't it? It's getting into the game. It's not as competitive, and there is some like the Faldo series. Nick Faldo has a series where you get like elite juniors playing in it, but there's not that much, is there
at all.
really?
Not much at all. The one thing you have shown true determination over, though, Garrett, is your trick shots.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
I'll spend hours.
grind you put into that is absolutely crazy.
Oh yeah.
Are they less of a priority for you now?
Now they are, yeah. I still like doing them. Like you even saw me on the practice
Oh, that's
screen, the
crazy.
2-ball shot.
Yeah.
I tried for probably a couple hours, didn't make it,
Madness.
but it's fun to me. I still will do trick shots, just maybe not as often now. I like doing YouTube a lot more. I like the content and the process behind it, telling a story. Grant and I just did a trip. Actually, we released our first video today, but we started North California, San Francisco, drove all the way down the coast, ended in San Diego. I think we played, 10 courses in 8 days, 8 courses in 6 days,
Crazy.
what it was, but absolutely unreal.
What,
Great
it did
experience.
almost like a bit of a vloggy style.
Absolutely,
Yeah, it
we
was like
filmed
a
everything,
road
which
trip
was
So
series.
that's coming out soon.
yeah. We uploaded our first video just now, actually. So.
Nice. And what have you called it a series?
Long drive. Yeah, we just call it
Nice.
long
Long
drive.
Oh,
drive.
well, obviously it's
So
a long drive.
Yeah.
I was
The long
thinking
drive.
the Garrett and Grant show.
Everything you do is that theme tune, isn't it?
It really is. How long, what trick shot have you spent the most time trying to complete that
It
you've
was-
actually completed?
It was one with Mike and I. It was way back. I can't remember exactly when this was. Yeah, I mean, it was multiple. Yeah, it was 3 days. It was 3 days. It was basically where I was juggling and Micah was gonna flick it with a towel, and when he hit the ball would shoot backwards and go into a hole like 20 yards away. And we spent 3 days, like 8 hours one day, didn't get
8
it.
hours.
Yeah, it was crazy. 8 hours one day, didn't get it. Came back, didn't get it, and then the next day we got it. But it was
What?
crazy. Yeah.
What about your slam dunk at Top Golf? That was pretty incredible.
4 hours, I think 4.5 hours straight. No, it was about 4 hours, yeah. Because it was funny, we were there for like a Top Golf creator retreat, and everyone was like doing their content, getting their swing videos, and I was just like grinding over there, just ball after ball. Like my wrists were hurting. I was just like, everyone's like, what is this guy doing? He's never going to make it. Then I made it. I was just going crazy.
Do you almost
But-
get two buzzes? Do you almost get the buzz that you've completed it live, and then you get the buzz of actually releasing the content?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You get 2 buzzes. But so here's the problem with like being consumed by the numbers, because obviously the buzz of making it is great, but then you spent 4 hours and you upload it and it doesn't do as well. Now all of a sudden it's kind of,
You almost crash.
it's a bum. It's like you're kind of bummed a little bit
That's weird, isn't it?
instead of being buzzed. But
Yeah.
Now, you guys grew up in an era that I didn't grow up in, and I know Guy didn't as well. Like, we didn't grow up with YouTube. Like, you guys have properly grown up with just knowing YouTube.
I literally, after I made that hole in one, like probably a couple of years later, I just got on YouTube and typed in golf and I saw you. And
That's
so
what's
I
nice,
started
yeah.
watching you literally when I was like forever ago. What is that? Like 7 years ago now.
Right, don't
8
make me
years ago.
feel
It's
too
crazy.
old.
'Cause I remember, didn't you met Rick at the PJ show in 2018 when you did the
Yeah.
Wilson driver versus driver,
You showed
Yeah.
us a picture of that today,
Yeah,
actually.
over 4 years ago.
and you've been watching for a while before that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's mad.
Like I said, I think it's been like 7, 8 years now.
I know we spoke about doing a collaboration for like 2 or 3 years, and it's always been quite tricky, but it's good to have finally got the collaboration that everyone's really wanted this week.
Yeah.
But what I was getting at is almost when I came into YouTube, I came to YouTube not to be a YouTuber. That wasn't the goal for me. When I started making YouTube videos, it was to promote myself as a golf coach, to get busier as a golf coach.
Right.
YouTube wasn't a business. Wasn't
Right.
even monetized. Wasn't even a thought of an actual business. That's massively changed in 10 years.
It's kind of funny you say that, because for me, my dad would follow me around with a camera and just film my competitive rounds, and that was for me to promote myself to college coaches.
Right.
And kind of the same thing. Actually, Carl Phillips was the one who really like started doing that with his dad. He'd follow every tournament, film every shot. I would do the same thing with my dad, just to obviously put my name out there. Maybe coaches will see it, and
So it was almost to promote yourself as well.
yeah, same thing. I kind of started that way, and then obviously that's how I started. I took a little bit of a break, and then came back in more with the intention of doing YouTube later on.
So when you the second time coming around, when you really went, right, okay, I'm going to start doing YouTube, was that to become a YouTuber? Like, did you have the goal that this was going to be your full-time job?
Yeah. At that point, yes. I'd been seeing so many others doing it, and I was just like, why not me? I should get into this. I love golf. I love cameras. I love content. And I'd already been doing Instagram a lot. I've been doing my trick shots. I think I had 75,000 followers on Instagram when I really like committed to going into YouTube. And when I did that, I was just like, all right, we're doing it. I think shortly after I started going into YouTube to be a YouTuber or whatever, I think I like did 90 days, 90 videos or something like that while I was in college. Would film vlogs of me on the road, practicing, playing, edit them on my phone while I was at the events, college tournaments, whatever. It's crazy. But
What I'm excited about seeing, and 100% I'm excited about this right now, I think we talked about it recently, there's about 600 golf YouTube channels right now in the world.
really, I didn't even know that.
And I remember when I first started, there was probably 10, right?
That's crazy.
What's the next wave of golf YouTubers going to be like? I
Right.
felt like, I'm going to take all credit for this. I inspired you to become a YouTuber.
No, absolutely.
You guys are inspiring the next generation, and they're going to inspire the next generation. I mean, it's going to go. I don't even think we've started.
I've got a
in golf
question for you.
YouTube.
It's a bold one. Do you think there'd be a time, maybe in 5 years, 10 years, where YouTube golf and YouTube golfers are as big, if not bigger, than like PJ Tour, Live, etc.? It seemed like look at what we saw yesterday. 500 people came on notice of a day. That was just a quick Instagram announcement. If there was tournaments held that were obviously in advance at the right venues, and it doesn't have to be the best players, but people who've got personalities, who've got online followings, could that be bigger in 10 years' time, for example?
I always consider, I'll probably be way, way, way off the mark, and I don't think ever any of us are going to touch the reach that someone like Tiger Woods gets. But I wonder how we would do in the PIP.
Yeah.
You know,
Good point.
I wonder how we would do in media headlines, searches, views, engagement. Like the mad numbers that we obviously collectively get individually on your channels, Google channels, my channel. Like the numbers are going to be massive. But you know, I do genuinely believe there will be a channel that gets to 10 million subscribers.
Yeah,
I believe that.
100% in golf.
1000%.
Like there'll be a channel that even probably goes past that. And I think the more great content, and this we've talked about this so much this week, the reason why I'm so excited about collaborating with you guys, because you make great content.
Thank
Table
you.
nearly went
Thank
then.
you. Yeah, that was intense.
I think as long as we get a next wave that even tries to do better than us, that even tries to push us,
Right.
that even tries to push the envelope even further, it's only going to do golf, it's only going to do YouTube, it's only going to do golf YouTube a bigger boost. Like none of this
absolutely.
is bad as long as good quality, fresh, exciting
Competition is
content
good. Always.
keeps coming up.
And I think quality is the biggest thing, because once you get on, like once you're on YouTube, it's like the difference between another channel and another channel is being able to like see where the ball's going, like different little things that separate you. And I think
It is the little
quality's-
things.
I think quality is the biggest thing. Because you can't just get up there, hit it without a tracer, and then
Not anymore. You
You
could
have
10
to have-
years ago.
you have to
Yeah.
have different
The,
angles.
the only way you can do that is if you bring tremendous character.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And
Like,
that's
if
where you
it's, if
build
it's
your
almost
channel.
not about the golf,
Right.
you know.
But I think I do think that's where so to answer your question, I feel like there's not going to be as many in my opinion. There's so many PGA Tour stars, you know what I'm saying? Like I think there will be multiple channels that get to the point when maybe they're as big as some of the main guys in the PGA Tour, but I don't know, and it could happen. There could be hundreds one day, which would be great. It would be great for the game of golf, be great in general. I do see it happening. I just don't know if there's going to be as many as there are PGA Tour stars. 'Cause now there's so many new names too. Cameron Smith just popping off, doing great things, you know. So I don't know.
I think it's because when you watch the PGA Tour or whatever, you watch because the best players are entertaining because they're doing things with the golf ball that most mere mortals can't do. But people watch your videos for entertainment. So although it's different to some degree, so we're all spending time on our phones in front of our TVs to be entertained. So the more channels that come out and the more people are enjoying it, and the more they get invested in you guys, because that's another thing as well. You get a bit more with the likes of Bryson by his own YouTube channel, but you don't really know the golfers, do you? You don't know the personality. You see them, they win, they give a very nice interview where they thank the sponsors and thank the greenkeepers and thanks everybody for watching or whatever. But with you guys, and certainly when you've got like vlog channels as well and podcasts or whatever, people feel like they actually start to know you, your personality,
That's
not
the
just
biggest.
how you play golf. And I think I spend more time watching YouTube golf than professional golf.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people
And I think that's why,
do.
like, when you do like fan meetups and stuff, and you run into fans, it's like there's just a whole different interaction with YouTubers versus somebody in the media that they don't know a lot about.
100%.
It's like they almost know you. They walk up to you like they're your friend because we're there talking to a camera, telling them about our life, personal stuff. Someone on TV, they're not talking about their personal life. They're just like a public figure, and they don't really have that like connection, you know. But I feel like that's where it's so
also, I think
special.
it's all going to the phone. It's easy access. YouTube's on your phone. You know, instead of turning on the TV, flipping through the channels, finding the PGA Tour, stuff like that. It's on the phone. You know, it's easy access.
The YouTube algorithm knows you better than you know yourself.
Yeah,
So
literally.
if you start opening that YouTube app, it's going to feed you content that it knows you like.
Right.
It just is. I know you've got to shoot off. You're going to head down to Heathrow, so I don't want to keep you too long. Last question then. What's the goal moving forward? Give me the 5-year goal.
That's a big question. Keep improving. Keep building the team. Keep expanding. You know, one of our next goals is to get Apparel in the UK easier. So stuff like that. Keep expanding. Signing more talent as well. You know, we signed a guy, Andrew Kozan, Corn Ferry Tour professional. Stuff like that. Working with more YouTubers like yourselves, and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think for us, we see ourselves on a really good track. What we're doing, and we want to make our content better and better and better. Come up with more ideas. Spend more time on the content. And I think that's really. I feel like in my eyes, that's all we can do. Is like we just need to make as good a content as possible. I think the rest will happen. That's what I see, at least.
As well as making hardware,
Yeah.
putters,
Yeah. Oh, that as well. Yeah.
golf balls, more apparel.
And putters happening literally. What's the date? It's in 5 days. We're launching our putters.
Well, I should have had my hands on the 3 latest models.
And you would have. You would have.
if your golf clubs hadn't got lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta have you do a review.
We'll have to ship
on
those.
A review.
I wanted to do a review live in front of all of you.
That'd be awesome. We'd be.
I'd be a little intimidated. I'd be like, all right, well,
Better say the right thing.
this could be really bad or really good.
Is this scratched? How much? No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
I'm like going, I don't like the feel of this. Not
Yeah,
at
this
all.
putter doesn't roll too true.
I keep
Not a big
missing.
fan.
I keep you'll all be lining me up. No,
Yeah.
Rick, it's right to left. It's you're aiming a bit left.
You're going to be lipping out.
Seen a lot of lip outs this week. Honestly, good luck to both of you. I feel like you are entrepreneurs at an unbelievably early age. I'm excited to see what the future holds. I'm excited to be kind of somewhat part of your journey as well. Like I'm a huge supporter, a huge fan, and I can't wait to see the content keep growing. And I think The only thing we can do is race to 10 million subscribers.
Yeah.
Don't fancy our chances.
But I think that's the exciting. Like I say, competition is good and
Absolutely.
it's friendly and it's exciting. And I think more collaborations to come, more meetups. And you drive us, we drive you. Everyone benefits.
100%. I'd say just a note on that. I think I said to Grant before, it's like, it's competition in a sense of we feel inspired to keep going forward because what these guys are doing. But yeah, it feels like there's some level of crossover in the audience, but there's also like not as well. I feel like it's cool now that I think when golf YouTube channels first started, they were quite similar. They were doing similar things, but now there's so much different variety and people watch a lot. People can watch more than just one channel, can't they?
Oh, yeah.
So do me a favour, stop getting hole-in-ones on par fours and all that jazz because you ruin me with that stuff. Chuck some luck this way, okay? Thank you. I'd really appreciate that.
You got the good luck now.
Keep it going. Keep smashing it. Guys, if you are listening, watching, and you have not subscribed to YouTube, to Go Good right now, do it. They are getting unbelievably close to 1 million subscribers. They want a gold plaque. They want 6 of them, 10 of them, however many they want to order. Get them there as quick as they can. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. You're not going to regret it. Guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
One last thing. End of last podcast, you did a Rick secret. We said we'd do it every week now. So people have to listen to the end of the podcast to get your secret. What is your secret this week, Rick?
What's your secret? Whoa.
On Saturday night, I took the boys to the gay village.
And on that note, we will see you next week on Tuesday. Rate us 5 stars, leave a like, and comment down below if you enjoyed this podcast.
And we had lots of fans. Thanks to everyone that come and said hello while we were there.